Hi guys, it's Kiyako here, back with another speed build. Today I'm building a Japanese-inspired preschool. I absolutely love how this turns out. This was like a 6-hour build for me, so it was basically a quarter of my entire day. So it was certainly a labor of love, and I absolutely adore the way it ends up looking. Currently, as I speak, I don't really have a title in mind for this build yet. I'll come up with a name for the school like when I upload, but I'm not really like committed to a name yet. So if you guys have any name ideas for what this build could be called, please let me know down below. So like I said, it is a preschool, so this is for very, very young kids. It's not like a full-on like elementary school, right? It's younger kids. Like I'm gonna guess an age range here. It's probably incorrect because I'm not a parent, but I'm gonna say like 3 to like 5 or 6. I don't know when kindergarten starts, you guys. It's a little bit before kindergarten, I would say. But that being said, it's a very like robust preschool. Like I imagine this is like a very, very well-known preschool, probably expensive, probably kind of hard to get into, I imagine. So it's a little bit of a bougie preschool. But I don't know. I really like how it turns out. So let me know what you guys think of this build. By the way, if my voice ever sounds like a little bit sore or just not right, it's because it's just been getting really cold over here. And I sleep with my window open, which is kind of a mistake, because I basically just like wake up and my voice is just totally wrecked every single morning. I'm not recording this in the morning, but nonetheless, my voice is still a little bit sore. But I'm assuming a lot of you are probably in the same boat. I mean, in a lot of places right now, it's getting colder, so I hope we are all in this together with this not fun winter weather we have. Anyways, back to the build. In terms of the layout, basically we have like this big main building section, then we have like this little section on the side that's gonna have some classrooms, and then we're going to have this outdoor area, which is basically gonna be like a playground slash assembly space. But we'll talk about that more in detail as we go through each part. Right now I'm just doing the exterior. We're gonna spend basically half this video working on the exterior, and then we'll move to the interior. I decided to just put this all in one video for you guys, because usually on bigger builds I'll split it up into, you know, an exterior video and then an interior video, but I don't know, I just kind of wanted to put it all in here so you guys could just watch it all the way through and just get a sense of what this build looks like. So let me know if you guys prefer this, like my big builds in one video, if you prefer them split up. Just let me know. I love feedback. If you guys haven't been able to tell yet, I always ask for feedback because I love getting feedback. And I also just like communicating with you guys. Anyways, so as we get into like the details of this build, because right now, all I'm doing right now is basically just sorting out what the heck this is gonna look like. We go with like a really interesting color palette, and I actually quite like it, even though it's very like unusual, like for me, from what I would usually do. You can see me kind of bringing in some black color back there on the side building. I actually take that out, and we kind of get rid of black in this build. We go with more white tones and cream tones instead. But we end up coming into this very colorful color palette with these very like intense turquoises and bright like corals, and it looks pretty freaking cool, you guys. So stick around to see that color palette as it develops. And I'm pretty proud of it myself, just because I've mentioned in several videos, but I'm so weird about color and color palettes. My brain works in very weird ways that I cannot quite understand. And sometimes like I have an issue with certain color palettes, but I wanted to push myself and try something new. And that's what I did. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. In terms of like other aesthetics, like just like the general look of the building, I wanted something that was modern but also had like touches of traditional building methods. Like, so you can kind of see we have like these very like curvilinear forms, right? Like you can see the roof of the outdoor building's very curved. We have like this curved platform on the main building, and that to me looked a lot more modern and like sleek and smooth. But then we also have like these very like old school like wood frame windows and these like wood like cane type fencing around the borders, and it's just this really interesting like collection of traditional building methods and like modern building methods. And I love how this turns out, you guys. Like I wish this was a real preschool, because I would send my kids here if, you know, my kids existed. Because I feel like this would be such a cool place. That being said, it is like definitely probably missing like some like necessary amenities that like a real preschool would require. For example, it doesn't like have a kitchen or anything like that, which I feel like is something preschools are supposed to have, but I don't know. I probably should have done a little bit of research on this, but honestly, my research was just like my memories of being a small child, as I'm sure we can all relate to, because at some point we were all small children. But that being said, like I don't have like a lot of memories from this age, so that probably wasn't like super reliable of me to rely upon. But nonetheless, I feel like I get a good sense of like what's going on in here. Like I said, we have like a lot of like small, they're not really classrooms, but there's like activity room spaces, outdoor spaces, reception areas, cubby areas. Like there's a lot of stuff that you would see in real preschool, but like I said, there's no kitchen, there's no like staff offices or anything like that. So realistically, this isn't like super realistic of a build, but it still has like a lot of touches I feel like would carry through like really cool in real life, if that makes sense. Anyway, so you can see we're starting to bring in this really cool turquoise color. I've never used this color before in a build, I'm pretty sure. Not that I can quite remember, but for some reason it just really like struck me when I saw it, and I was like, wow, this like really feels right for this build. So I started bringing in this turquoise color, and then we're gonna start bringing in some corals as well. And I really felt it was necessary to bring color into this build, because like sometimes I build things that are a little bit more like modern in terms of color palette, like a lot of creams and browns and neutrals, because that's kind of like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like color comes in and out of fashion, and we're kind of getting out of like our neutral phase in terms of like design in the design world, you know what I mean? Like remember the whole like mid 2010s when like Kim Kardashian and all the Kardashians like really like made neutral colors a really big thing in the fashion and design world? I kind of feel like we're coming out a little bit of that now. We're getting a lot more colorful clothing out there, a lot more colorful architecture and design, you know what I mean? I feel like that's just like a Gen Z thing also, just very bright colors, and I absolutely love it, you guys. Like don't get me wrong, I have my neutral side too. I have done so many builds where I absolutely love, you know, my browns and my blacks and my whites and just making these really beautiful neutral builds. But recently I've been feeling like I really want to explore color and just have these bright pops of color everywhere, and I'm just really vibing with this new trend of like bright color all the time. So that's kind of one reason why I wanted to bring a lot of color into this build. The other reason is, I mean, it's a preschool, right? So I feel like color is a really big part of, you know, children's development. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not a child psychologist, but I do feel like having bright colors around is, you know, a form of visual stimulation for kids, and it's, you know, it's fun, you know? So I definitely felt like color was something that I wanted to come into play here. That being said, it's not like a rainbow build, like there's not like a lot of color. It's still a very like coordinated palette on my end. But you know, I'm not there yet in my brain where I can like go totally insane with color. I'm still a little bit strict about it, but I think it looks lovely. And we also bring in like some nice pinks here too. You can see we have this beautiful cherry blossom tree in the front, and that'll just like bring pink in throughout our whole build. And then we have like this back area here where people can, you know, use the vending machine, you know, take a rest with their kids. Maybe there's like a bus stop back here or something like that. And now we're gonna move on to the interior. We are gonna go back outside and like finish up that playground area, but I just wanted to get set up in here about, you know, like what my flow of space would look like. So basically we have like this reception area. There's gonna be an office for like the principal or like the person who runs the school. There's gonna be like a general big old snack area. There's gonna be a whole bunch of stuff. We'll just talk about it as we go through. But right now I'm just putting in all my lights and my doorways and all my, you know, just details here and there. But yeah. We're gonna start with the bathroom first, is the first thing we're going to decorate. And I just wanna say, I love how this bathroom turns out. You guys know me, for some reason, like, I don't usually enjoy decorating bathrooms. I don't know why. It's just kind of hard for me to like enjoy the process of selecting a toilet. But in this particular build, I actually quite like how the bathroom turns out. So let me know what you guys think of it, because I was gonna say I really like bathroom feedback, but that just sounds weird. But let me know what you guys think of it. Or I guess we're gonna move out here first. I don't know. I build in such a weird order sometimes. Like I try to have like some logical process where I'll like do outside, inside, and like move through the building, but sometimes I just jump around and I cannot follow my train of thought. But anyways, we are going into the bathroom, which is awesome because I'm so excited to show this to you guys. So we have the little pink stalls are smaller, so those are for the kids, right? Because whenever you go to like a preschool or like an area with little kids, the bathrooms are like smaller size because the little kids have to You don't want like a 3-year-old to fall into the toilet, okay? So they're like little tiny little toilets, and they're so cute. I don't know what it is about like small scale things. Even something like a toilet when it's small scale is so adorable. I can't explain it. And then we have these lowered down sinks for the kids to wash their hands. And then we also have that blue stall, which is for the adults in the building. I feel like it realistically, I don't know if like in real preschools they like separate the adult bathrooms. I remember in like the one I had, they had like one stall for adults in there. So that's just kind of what I did here, but I don't know, that's how it really works. But then whatever, that's how we did it here. But isn't this bathroom so cute, you guys? I just love the way the pink looks with the turquoise. It's just such an interesting mix of color, and I just absolutely adore it. And I love that I adore it, because usually I'd be so like opposed to that kind of color mixture, but I don't know, my brain is expanding in terms of color palette. I'm really excited to play with color more in my future builds. Anyway, so that was the bathroom. Now we're gonna move outside. This is the little sand pit we're setting up, so the kids can play in the sand and have like a little sandbox area. I know I said the kids were like 3 to 6. I don't know if that's like the right age. Honestly, like if you guys know like what age group this school would be for, let me know. But I feel like that's right, but I'm not quite sure. So let me know. Just like imagine like little kids, you know? But yeah, anyway, so this is the main reception area. So when you walk right in, there's the reception desk. So there'll be people here who can like direct you to your classroom or whatever, or like check in your kid, you know, just reception. So there's this really cute little coral laptop there. I surprisingly found so many things in my buy mode catalog that had this color palette that was like this turquoise and this coral and this pink. Like I didn't know I had so many things that were colored like this, because I never used this color palette, but I did, and I was just very, very happy to discover that. And then right across the top above the reception desk, we just have the name of the school, so you don't forget where you are, I guess. And then we have that little turquoise door in the back will lead directly into the principal's office. I don't know if they're like technically called a principal, because it's not really a school and these are like really little kids, but I guess they're like the director or like the head of the school or something like that. Just the main person in charge, their office is back there. We put these really cute little starlights next to the sign. We're gonna bring back those starlights later on because they're just absolutely adorable. And in the main reception area over here, or I guess we'll go back to that later. I'm jumping all around, you guys. This little section over here is where all the cubbies are located. So this is where the little kids can, you know, drop off their backpacks, their, you know, whatever they need to store. They have their own little cubby to do it. Look, even these cubbies were in this color palette. Like, where did this color palette come from? I don't know, but I'm so happy to have discovered it. And then that little corridor leads out into the outdoor area. So on the right, that's where you go to the bathrooms in the outdoor area, and then on the left is where you go up the stairs to the second floor of the building. So it's not a symmetrical build, which I also am very happy that I did, because usually my brain also works in strict geometry and symmetry, which can sometimes lead to boring builds. So I really wanted to push that and try to make my floor plans and my you know, exterior plans a lot more diverse and asymmetrical and a lot more interesting. So I'm really like trying to challenge myself recently to be a little bit more creative in my designs. That being said, The Sims is still super freaking limiting, you guys. Like, there's so many things I would love to like try and experiment and do. But this game, unfortunately, is not like a full-on building software. So I can't do everything I want to do. Like if I had my way, you guys would see so many curved walls. I cannot tell you enough. Oh, guys, I am like a curvilinear queen. I freaking love curved walls. I can't even explain it. I love curved walls. You would see them so much if I could, but I can't. Maybe in The Sims 5, we shall see. Anyways, this is the office for the main person, the director, like I said. Very small office. They don't really need a lot of space. They have like some seats to meet parents and stuff. This office is so cute. The color palette is just totally poppin', very fun. I just adore it. And then we're gonna, I guess, move back outside again. I'm just flip-flopping all around. I apologize for that. But I didn't have like a lot of stuff for the sand area, so I just kind of like put whatever I had. So there's like some blocks in there. I don't know like who plays with blocks in the sand, but they'll have to, that's what they're gonna do, deal with it. There's a little spout over here so that they can have like water and build like sand castles and stuff. you get the idea. It's a sand pit. And then back out here, this is like our little assembly area. So basically there's this little stage, and basically what I imagine is it's a place where the director or like teachers can come out and have either outdoor classes, or they can have like full-on assemblies, or maybe they do like group songs, group dances, just like fun, like big communal things they can do outside. And they have this little stage where people can like stand and lead the kids. So that was the idea for that space. But when they're not using it, I imagine it's just like part of the playground, so kids can also just like run around and use it as well, And then we have this little tented area over here, which we're going to set up some really cute little tables and little chairs for the very tiny, tiny little kids. And this table, or this little area, is where they can do like craft activities and just like, just stuff they can do if they don't want to like be running around stuff. There's just like little activities over here on these tables for the kids. I would have loved to have gone to this preschool. I don't really remember my preschool experience, but I think it was a positive experience. But this one looks so freaking cool. I would have loved to be able to like sit outside and like play with clay and stuff. I would still love to do that. That's just sounds like a nice evening to me. And then we have these outside shelves where there's these little potted plants. Maybe these kids were like learning about, growing plants and stuff, and they just like put them outside on these shelves to like watch them grow over time. Like I said, I'm not quite sure if the 3 to 6 age range is quite correct. I don't know if that's when you would do something like that, or if it'd be a little older. In this universe, let's imagine that this is age appropriate, okay? Alright, in our first classroom over here on the side, or not really a classroom, it's more like an activity room. This is the art room, so this is where all the art activities will take place. As you can see, those tables are like made of chalk, and then in the centerpiece, they have like a little like indent to carry chalk, you know what I'm saying? So they can like draw on the tables, which I think is so freaking cool. I love that set. It's absolutely adorable. And then we have this big old drawing board on the wall, so the teacher can like show them like how to draw a bear. Like, everyone, let's draw a bear together, and they all draw a bear and stuff. I would have loved that too. I would still love that. These are just like activities I would just have fun doing every day. And then along this wall, we're going to put in just basically a row of pegboards where the students can like pin up their work and stuff, or like the teacher can like pin up examples or tutorials, just so like the kids have, art to look at. Like I said, I'm not quite sure if the age range is correct, but maybe these are like, maybe this is like a school for like mini geniuses or something, like super advanced, like ahead of their peers kind of kids. So they get like super advanced classes for very little kids, I guess. Then we have a little cart over here. So this is just, extra supplies for the art room. I'm going to put on some paints up here. And then I think we're almost done with this room. This is probably one of my favorite classrooms in the whole build, just because I'm just an art kid and I love art. So definitely my favorite classroom. And then we're just gonna put a little board over here for the teacher to put their, personal items and stuff. And good. Okay, that is done for that activity room. The one right across from it is our music room, or I guess it's like music/dance. So this is where kids would, like sing group songs, learn to play very easy small little instruments. Maybe the teacher will lead them in like some like sing-alongs and stuff like that, or have like fun little dance sessions, just stuff like that. So we have that really cute little bunny guitar where the teacher can play for the kids. I imagine the teacher would sit in that banana chair thing. And then we have like these little like bells that I put in front of the pillows where the kids would sit, so maybe they're learning how to play this little like bell set or something. And then we're gonna put in some of these lights, which I think are so freaking cute. Also in my color palette. Like, who knew that this particular like range of colors was so freaking popular in The Sims? I had no idea. You're definitely gonna be seeing more of this color palette in the future, just to warn you. And then in the little connection hallway between these two rooms, we have like another little row of cubbies, just for like extra storage. Maybe like the kids put their shoes in here or something, like maybe they don't wear shoes in the music classroom or something. I don't know. It's just like another little hallway. And then back here in the main building, we basically have like this like empty section. So I just put in some tables here so that adults who are like, I don't know, dropping off their kids or picking up their kids, or like teachers who are like off duty or something, they can just like sit down over here and take a break, eat a snack, chat, converse. It's just like a general chill area. And then we start incorporating some mirrors here and there. I feel like mirrors are important to child development. I mean, look, everything I say, take it with a grain of salt. I do not know what I'm talking about. But I feel like mirrors aid in child development, right? Because they can see themselves and start recognizing themselves and like the way they move and stuff. So I feel like having mirrors is important so that little kids can like do that. I don't know. That's just what I was thinking at the time. Anyways, up on the second floor, basically we're gonna have like three big, like, I keep calling them classrooms, but they're mainly just like homerooms, just places where the kids will be, I guess. So this is the first one. So like I said, it's like a homeroom. So this is like where the kids will like usually just like go and spend most of their time with their like main teacher slash like caregiver person. So there's gonna be like a little like section of bookshelves where the kids can, you know, pick up little books and read and play games and stuff like that. I don't actually like populate the bookshelves because I have so many bookshelves. I did not have the time or the energy to like fill them all up with books. So they're empty, but like just imagine that there's books in there. So this is like our first little reading area, which I think is so freaking cute. You're like have all these bookshelves, you have these big old like teddy chairs. You're right by the windows. Oh my goodness. Like, I know this is for little kids, but I'm just like dreaming away about hanging out here. This seems like such a nice vibe. And then we have these little activity tables over here for the kids to, you know, do whatever they're doing in preschool. And then we're gonna put in these little bins to maybe like hold games and toys and stuff, little stuffed animals, and then we're gonna put these little books on the table just as like a little accent, and it brings in like that turquoise color into this room. We're almost about done with this room, or yeah, I think we're done. Okay, so now in this big old hallway section here, this is where our other two homeroom areas are gonna be. But they're not actually like separated by a wall, they're just like separated by this mini bathroom here, which, you know, I imagine there would probably be some noise issues just because there's like no separating wall, but like I also kind of like the flow of space between the two, like maybe the classes like often, you know, pair up or, you know, just like have crossover activities or something like that. So I didn't feel like it was super necessary to separate them, and also I just, you know, I liked the way it looked. So we have these, and like the rooms are also not like perfectly symmetrical either. I wanted to break that up a little bit. So the one on the right here has like this little reading area by the window, and the one on the left has all these activity tables spread out over the carpet. But yeah, we are almost about done with this build. I am going to go in and, you know, put in some details in these rooms, and then I'm also going to go in and put in like a little bathroom stall in that little mini bathroom so that the kids can just use that bathroom and not have to go all the way downstairs. Oh, aren't those so cute? Those little like bunnies. Oh my goodness. That's so cute. That's so perfect for this preschool. But like I said, if you guys have any names for this preschool, please let me know. Honestly, it's so cute. This is like one of my favorite builds I've done in a while. I just like love designing things like this. They're so fun. And of course, if you guys have any requests, suggestions, or even build challenges, please let me know. I'm always looking for ideas, and you guys like have the best ideas, so please share with me if you guys have any, you know, things like that. And just one last thing, in this main area here on this beautiful cloud carpet, this is probably like our snack area. So when it's like lunchtime and the kids have to eat, they would all like gather here and, you know, just have a place to eat and chat and hang out and stuff. But yeah, we are about done with this build. Again, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you have any, you know, ideas for the names. And it is Monday. I'm so tired already. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.